The Wake Up Show
with Strawberry and Lizette Love on Cube 93.3.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm well. Where are you from?
Salinas.
Yes, honey. How are you liking Seattle?
I like it. It's just like really depressing. Like I don't realize how much there's no sun until like the sun comes back out and I'm like, oh shit, I feel happy today.
Oh, that's hard, man.
Yeah.
That's hard.
I felt strawberry like last week. I was like, I need some sun.
Let me just say real quick, how many freaking people we had to email to get you on the Zoom today. Like the amount of people that you now have between you and me.
Well, I mean, you can always text me.
She's got a movie career and a comedy career and a book coming out. Like she has to have a team now. I can't just text her anymore.
Yeah. Listen, you can always text me. Always text me. And then I'll say, thank you so much. Can you now email my assistant so she can coordinate for me?
I thought you were just being that way because the last time you and Lizette met, you yelled at her and then you saw that we were going to talk to you again. You're like, go through my people. You can't talk to me directly.
I did? Or is this a joke?
No, you really did. You almost made me cry. I was an intern.
I don't yell at people.
That's what I thought.
Age.
Huh?
Tell the world what happened.
Explain everything. I don't yell at people.
Right. It was 15 years ago. We were doing a show at the Fox Theater in Salinas. I was an intern at the radio station, and you know what we're taught is when you work events, pictures. We need recaps, we need pictures for the website, take pictures of the people on stage, take pictures of, the listeners, the audience, everything. So I got sent inside the Fox Theater to take pictures of the show. And you had just started.
Oh, I thought you were taking pictures of me.
She was.
It had just started and you were like, hey, no pictures while I'm on stage, blah, blah, blah. And like, I was standing there and I heard you say that, but I thought that didn't apply to me because I was working.
Okay, then yes, I do yell at people who take pictures. Yes. I thought you meant like, I was like backstage just yelling at people like diva mode. I was like, I don't do that.
I took one picture and the flash went off and you stopped mid-sentence and looked over at me and you were like, yo, homegirl, I just said no pictures. I froze. I was like 15.
You poor thing.
I froze because everybody in the entire theater turned and looked at me. And there I am in like my oversized logo t-shirt and my little like digital camera. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And I just walked out. I was like, I'm not going back in there. I'm not going back in there.
I apologize for that traumatizing you. That is awful that you've been carrying this for 15 years. This is not representative of who I am as a person. However, if you were somebody in my audience just taking pictures, I meant every word I said, every single word I said. I just had I don't know if you guys saw, I posted on Instagram. I was like, hey, one last show left at Miami Improv. I don't know if you guys know the rules at every show, no matter which one, no taking pictures allowed. And then I posted this
and
picture.
You zoomed in.
And it was this woman just full on taking a picture of me. And I was like, no pictures, y'all. I take it seriously. No, videotaping is the worst because we're trying new material. We're putting it out there and then people record it and then they upload it. And it's like, what? No, don't do that. But apologies, friend. Sorry about that.
It's funny. When Lizette and I first started talking, I forget how you came up. It may have been a bonquiqui conversation or something. She goes, oh, Anjelah Johnson, she yelled at me. And I said the same thing, Anjelah. I'm like, she doesn't do that. She's the nicest person ever. And then she told me the story. So I text you. My new co-host hates you because you yelled at her.
I don't hate you.
What did I say? I don't remember. Did I reply?
Yeah,
you said something like she probably deserved it.
No, I don't hate you. I just have like this, I mean, I get it, whatever, but I just always, whenever someone talks about you or if like you show up on TV or on social media, it's just kind of like a funny story now. Like, hey, she cussed me out one time and they're like, what? No,
oh, you have trauma. I'm so sorry. I apologize. That's not nice. I become a different person if I see somebody recording my show. It's like, okay, we're going to fight, me and you. Who are you? We're fighting. But
Hey,
off stage, I'm nice.
Off stage, you're nice. How cool is it now, though, Anjelah, with the invention of TikTok?
Okay.
People are not only finding your material, but they're going famous for lip syncing your material and your jokes.
It's very cool. I forget, like, people will tag me all the time, like on Instagram with them, like doing my voice and stuff like that. And if I click on the audio, then you can see all the people who have done it. And I'm like, whoa, like there's so many people, like people are just finding it. And then people are doing it like out of nostalgia, like, oh, I remember this joke, or I remember this Bon Qui sketch. And, you know, and it's funny because now it's a different time. So it's like some people are like, oh my God, this is classic, I love it. And other people are like highly offended. So it's like a different time for comedy with every time there's a new platform.
Uh-huh.
Whether it was, you know, it was Vine for a little while, then it was Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, like all the things, like my comedy finds its way on there. And so I'll start getting tagged on new things. And I'm like, oh, there's a new thing. People love me. People hate me again. So here we go.
There's always like people who maybe just might be discovering you. And when you're talked about, they're like, who's Anjelah Johnson? And we're like, you know, Bon Qui, the nail salon skit, like some of your most famous ones. And then they go, oh, okay, I know who that is now.
Right.
Like
those names are way more popular than my name. Bon Qui more than they know Anjelah, for sure. And even like the nail salon, you Googled, you want to go get your nails done, and you're like, oh, what's a new nail salon? You put a nail salon, my video is going to pop up before any nail salon actually does.
I love it. And I love the fact that you're at More Theater, because in Seattle, that was like one of the first like theaters built out here. It was built literally on an old gravesite. So it's one of the most haunted places out here in the Northwest. And I'm like, oh, cool. Anjelah Johnson's performing there.
Stop, it is?
Yeah. It's built on the gravesite of the original settlers of Seattle.
Unreal.
And it's one of the oldest theaters.
Oh my God, I'm gonna Google everything about it.
You have to.
I love going to see haunted things and looking up stuff, and I've come to realize through all my research that most ghosts are from the 1800s.
Yeah.
Like it's always like, oh, that's Mabel, she died in 1806 from seasonal allergies. Like it was back then. And then like you never hear about a 1997 ghost. Like that's not really a ghost that you find in your research. You never hear about like Stacy who died crossing the street while checking her pager. Like that's not that you hear about, you know. But I love looking up all the haunted things, all the ghost stuff. I'm totally gonna do that. Oh my God, maybe we should do like a haunted tour. Is there like somebody who could do haunted tours there?
Yes, there's the haunted tour, and there's also the underground tour, because Seattle burned down. Rather than fix it, they just buried it and built the new city on top of it. So there's an old city under Seattle that you can take a tour.
Shut up.
Yes.
I'm going on all of these things. Is there any like episodes like Ghost Hunters or anything went to the Moore Theater or anything?
A ton. There's a ton.
Where have I been? I got to look it up. I'm off my game.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me. I got to do
You're going to have fun. I want to talk about the book that you have coming out, because first off, I've been trying to tell Lizette to write a book. Secondly, I texted your cousin and he's like, yeah, I think I'm in the book unless I got edited out. So Joe wants to know if he made the final cut or not, because the book's not out till March.
Yes. So my cousin Joe definitely made the cut. He's in my book. I'm sure when Liz writes her book, I'm gonna have my own chapter in that book.
I was just about to say, can you edit me in your book? And we can say that you yelled at me and you humiliated me, but you inspired me and encouraged me to go hard. And now here I am.
To never take pictures of a show.
It's all because I took a picture of Anjelah Johnson when she was on stage that I have made so much success.
Yes, I can't wait to read your book and read your chapter. It's gonna be awesome. But yes, Joe made the cut. He's in the book. It's called Who Do I Think I Am? Stories of Chola Wishes and Caviar Dreams. And it's really, you know, Who Do I Think I Am is like layered. Like, who do I think I am identity wise? Like Mexican American, being Mexican, but I don't speak Spanish. So it's like, who do I think I am? In my faith world, growing up Christian, but being an adult, being like, okay, but what do I actually believe and subscribe to today? Like, who am I? Who do I think I am? But also the other layer to it is, who do I think I am? Having the audacity to dream such big dreams, being this little Mexican girl from San Jose who's like, I want to be an actress one day, and like going for those dreams, like the audacity. Who do I think I am to like live my dreams? Like it's that kind of a book. So it's stories from my childhood, from my teenage years, chola wannabe days, to Hollywood stories. Got some fun Hollywood stories in there, dating stories, how I met my husband, and all of that kind of stuff, and touring on the road.
Well, you had a bit before he was your husband. I thought I saw you do a bit that you were like making fun of this like Jesus guy or Jesus freak, and then like later on you got with him. Like I remember you clowning him on stage.
Yeah. Because he used to be a Christian rapper, and I would.
That's what it was.
Rappers, and I'd be like, really, you going hard for Jesus? Like, what is this about? And so I used to make fun of Christian rappers, and I married one, so it was like jokes on me.
That's so funny.
I don't think I ever told Lizette the story because I just keep making fun of her for you yelling at her on stage. But do you remember the time that you were doing a show in Phoenix and I was in Phoenix? You're like, yo, come hang out. My family's out here. We're doing a barbecue. So I'm like, never show up empty-handed. So I went to the store. I got it like a 24-pack of Corona. I got limes. I cut up the limes, put them in a Tupperware. The first thing her family said to me, oh, what, Coronas because we're Mexican? I didn't want to say.
Was thinking that before you even finished that sentence. I'm like, why Corona?
Yeah, that was fun. I do remember that. Yeah, I remember as soon as you walked in, and my cousin Marvin was like, what? Who's this guy? White boy over here bringing us Coronas? Like, but we'll take them. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of bringing things and Tupperware, have you heard of borrowing someone's Tupperware if they give you food, and when you give it back, you have to also put food in it and like give them back food in the Tupperware?
Never heard of that in my life.
Thank you. See?
Who is
that?
I don't know.
It's either a white thing or my mom, who's very like traditional, and so she taught it to me. Lizette made me like mole or something one day, and I didn't bring her Tupperware back because I didn't have anything to make her. So I think I ended up making you like what, pasta, like homemade pasta, or was it like brownies or something?
Banana bread in it one time.
Banana bread. Yeah, I was taught never to return Tupperware unless something's in it.
I feel like the only time I even return Tupperware is if it's like a really nice one, like maybe it was glass or like it's really nice, then I return it. But if it's like your typical just regular Tupperware, then I'm like, nah, it's mine now. This what are you talking about? I have a funny Tupperware story though, and it's in my book actually. So
good tease.
The little tease.
To read about Tupperware.
I had just booked this TV show with Valerie Bertinelli, and she invited me to her Super Bowl party. And like we just said, you don't show up empty-handed, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. What can I bring? And she's like, don't bring anything. Don't worry about it. I was like, I'm gonna bring something. So I make my Tia Mary's salsa. Her recipe is bomb. And then I go to Vallarta, which is like the Mexican market. And I get the homemade chips, the one they're like greasy, just nasty, just totally unhealthy, right? So I get like the greasy chips. And I have my Tupperware of salsa. And I drive to Valerie's house out in Malibu, like right on the ocean, this like huge house on the ocean. And I show up to her Super Bowl party, and she has it full on catered with a chef, white linen over the tables. And I come in with my Tupperware and my greasy chips. So not used to being Hollywood. I don't know how to be fancy famous. I didn't know y'all do super parties with linen on your tables. Like, it was so embarrassing. And I remember I just gave it to someone. They went and like put it in like a fancy like
a glass
silver tray and like put it on with like the rest of the crab legs and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
At least you didn't dump it in like her flower pots on the porch. Like, I can't bring this inside.
Could you imagine? No, hell no, I was going to waste it.
Did people eat though?
Yeah, everybody ate it. Everybody loved it. It was great. But
right, well,
I just felt bad. And I think like the chef was almost offended that he was just like, I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
He was definitely offended.
Yeah. So when somebody famous says, don't bring anything, just don't bring anything.
We hired a caterer. We're okay. We don't need your nachos. We're okay.
Right. We have a chef.
Yeah, sorry. Plug the book because I'm excited about this. It's not out till March, but when are people getting it? Like, how did they get it?
So you can pre-order now. You can go anywhere, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, everywhere, anywhere you get books, Audible, wherever you get books, you can pre-order it, and it'll be available March 15th. It's called Who Do I Think I Am? Stories of Chola Wishes and Caviar Dreams.
I love that, Anjelah. I'm going to text you later because I'm going to give you some food recommendations of Seattle, and I'm going to see if my fiance wants to ditch me and hang out with you on Friday instead.
As she should.
As she should. All right. I love you, baby. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
It's the Wake Up Show
with Strawberry and Lizette Love on Cube 93.3.